Welcome back to this week's video. This week I wanted to show you guys how to make a really easy recipe on making your own Jello. So the store-bought Jellos, a lot of the times I haven't actually found one that isn't loaded with preservatives, artificial colors, and flavors. So I thought, you know what, I don't want to buy that for my kids. You know, I allow other people to buy candy for them, they can eat that, but I typically don't buy things that are artificial colors and sweeteners. So I thought, you know what, let's make our own Jello because they wanted it in the store and I was like, yeah, I don't want to buy that. So you need some gelatin, and this is just your store-bought gelatin. I'm sure there's better ones out there that are healthier, grass-fed beef, but this is not vegan. This is from, I guess, yeah, beef or pork. I'm not too sure. A gelatin. And the next thing you need is a juice of your liking. So I'm going to do a raspberry flavor. So when you're using gelatin, I don't know the ratio. If you know the ratio on liquids to gelatin, let us know in the comments below. But what I'm doing, and I'm following the instructions on here, they're a little bit confusing, but so I use a 1/4 cup of juice. I don't use water because I want it to have more flavor. So I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of juice. And then I'm going to sprinkle 1 package of this gelatin on top of it. And that's going to allow the gelatin to bloom. It's going to look a little bit like applesauce. So that's what you want it to look like. You're going to set it for 3 to 5 minutes. That's all you need. And then in the meantime, you're going to get a saucepan. And you are, so 1 package here, it looks like, 1 package looks like this. And this is enough to set 500 mils of liquid. And because we already have a 1/4 cup, we're going to subtract the 1/4 cup from the 500, which would equal, I think, 460. Let's see, 440. So we're going to subtract the 500 from the 1/4 cup. So 500 minus 60 gives us 440. So you're going to boil, well, you're going to get the juice just before boil. And you're going to remove it from the heat. And let's do that. So we're going to add the raspberry, a 1/4 cup, into this. While your gelatin is blooming, you are going to add the remaining 440 mils. And the best thing to use is just your liquid measuring cup. So I've got a 1 cup measuring cup. So I'm going to go 250. The remainder juice in there, so 250. Not the most accurate, but I'm going to just go above a 175, below 200. So that is how much juice is in there. Now I've got these baby proofed. Take the knobs off, but I'm going to turn that on to a medium heat and allow it to get to just before boiling, and then you're going to take it off. I have the juice warming up on the stove right now, getting it hot. And so this is what my bloomed. I don't want to like slide out, but that's what it looks like when it's bloomed. Kind of looks like those like sugar candies. And the instructions on the inox gelatin says to add 50 mils of boiling water, like boiling liquid, like warm liquid, and dissolve it. And then it just leaves it at a blank. What do I do with the rest? So I'm assuming that you just dissolve this and then you add the remaining warm, like boiling but not boiling juice. So I think that's what I've done, and it works for me. But if there's another way that works for you, let me know, because that would be interesting. Okay. It starts like hissing on the side. That to me is warm enough. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to my container. This is where my Jello is going to set. I'm just going to use one less bowl. So I'm going to have to scoop this out. Yeah, let's scoop that out. I don't think it has to be super precise. Okay, just add the remaining juice. And when you're pouring it into your container of choice, just make sure it's a heat-safe container, so you don't have any cracked glass and hot liquid pouring everywhere. And here you just stir it up. And so now, once it is completed, it's in this container right here. I'm going to put it in the fridge, and I'm just going to put the lid on it. And be careful when you're holding it because it's pretty warm. And then you're going to let it sit in there for at least 4 hours. Say 4 hours or more. You just have to let it cool and let it set. And it's going to be firm to the touch. It's not going to like stick to your finger. That's what we're hoping for. So I will be back in, let's say, 5 hours.